Well, much better, guys. What the? I don't know what's going on here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Good morning, YouTube. You know what? I felt like there couldn't be any harm in playing that one more time. It could be a lot of fun. So today I am testing the process main screen to see if it looks good, first of all, and secondly, if my vocals are matching up with the actual audio. Oops. Hit that. How is everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Gregory Simonez, Brian's World Mechanic. Hello, how are you doing, my friend? Studio Geek, it is awesome to see you in the house this morning. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I gotta say, Gregory Simonez, it was a lot of fun. But I am just kind of testing it today just to make sure that everything is working properly and that all my graphics are functional and my voice is actually synced up with what I'm saying. So I can act all crazy on here. And I also want to test the other screen just to make sure it works. So the audio is matching, sounds good and looks good. That's important. I'm going to switch over here and we're going to turn the chat off of this window. And if you can hear me properly and we're seeing this, I don't see any tearing, which is pretty cool. I like it. Let's see. Let's open a recent one. And boom, no tearing. That is pretty damn awesome. Pretty awesome. It looks like everything is functioning the way that it was supposed to function. I like it. Is my audio proper on here? Can you guys hear me properly? We can turn this stuff off, do all the things we need to do without having any weird tearing. Oh man, this might actually work. This might actually work. I like it. I like it. Woo! Very, very cool. No audio lag or delay. Everything seems to be working right. When I put my mouse over here, are we seeing it? Yep, we're getting mouse activity. Everything seems to be working the way that it's supposed to work. Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool. Can't have that. Alright, yeah, everything is working as expected. Very nice. So one of the problems that we have with using browser sources or anything like extra screens when you're using OBS on a Mac is if you put the second screen up there and it's just a Windows source, you get all kinds of tearing and problems like that. In fact, I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let me show you what I'm talking about so you can see what I mean. If I were to go and do, let's see, because everyone would like to probably know how to do this. So in a Mac, if I create a new screen and I go here and I select Photoshop. Alright, so we could see my Photoshop screen without any problems. But what happens is you get in the, first of all, you can't see my mouse, which you can see is an obvious problem. But secondly, when I move stuff around, we're going to get tearing in the screen and stuff like that. So what I have to do is I have to create a situation where it is just on a separate screen on its own. And then once we do that, the tearing problems go away. So that's why I wanted to test that this morning, just to make sure it works. So are my words matching up with my voice and my face and all that stuff on this screen as they should be? Because if that's the case, then we have solved all of our all of our weird tech problems. And that means we are in good shape. Good morning, Pauline Newman. The YouTube angel is in the house. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you're doing awesome. I look sort of dark today. I don't know what the story is there. I didn't spend a lot of time poking around with the camera to make sure that I was brightened up the way I should be. It's actually because of the lighting in the room, I'm able to really turn the ISO down on the camera to get this look. Let me turn it up a little bit to see if we can't get something a little better. A little better lighting. A little bit. 27. Let's see. Let's see if that's more appealing. I don't know. Is it ever really going to be appealing when it's me on the screen anyways? Probably not. But that looks better. It gives me a little more color. I really need to kind of angle the camera up a little bit too. I don't really want this whole stuff on the shelves in the background. But it is what it is. It is what it is. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I am doing awesome. I don't know how long I'll go today. It was kind of a product of who shows up and who's hanging out. We can have some fun. For those of you who may want to see a best hour going forward in the future, I'm still going to probably do 2 a month. Most of them will probably be on Saturdays with Monica, which I love. She wants to have a connection to the audience, and I think it's going to be fantastic for us to be able to come on. In order to actually get notified that those broadcasts occur, because they will be unlisted, they will not be a listed broadcast. You have to go ahead and follow me on Patreon. And you can see the Patreon screen right here. You can see I'm not logged in. If you just go to my screen right here, you can see that there's a little follow down here in the bottom left next to share. All you have to do is click on that little follow, and you're going to be notified. You are going to be notified that I'm doing a best hour. But that's the only way you're going to know, and that's the only way you're going to be able to get an actual link to the show. I'm actually looking forward to that because the 5 or 6 deadbeats that continue to watch the best hour of my day, even though I haven't really done any, but obviously only watch so they can add that wonderful thumbs down, well, they don't have to suffer through any more best hours. They can just skip it and find something else to do with their time that's probably better spent. So we'll be saving those 5 people a lot of energy as well. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun way for me to touch base with the folks that want to come and hang out. So all you have to do is go ahead to the Patreon page, which is actually, there's a link in the description below. Click that little follow button and you will be notified. If you got notified that I released a video yesterday on Patreon, that means you did it right. I did release a Patreon-only video yesterday. It's a family video. I figured, well, it's a reasonably decent test. You guys can get a look at what I've been doing, what I've been up to. I had a big family reunion with a bunch of people, and I filmed it and took some pictures, and I put together a video for them, and I released it on my YouTube channel unlisted. But I did put a link in my Patreon so you guys can check it out if you're interested. Believe me, it's just family. It's not necessarily anything you guys are going to be interested in, but you never know. You never know. People like to know what I'm doing, so there you go. What do you guys think of the graphics over here? Are these distracting? Is the big tech nipple distracting? Or is it just something that you kind of will ignore anyways because of this big goofy picture right here? Oh man, I don't know if my chat's dead. I don't know if I went offline because nobody is chatting. Nobody has anything to say to me today. Well, that's okay. That's all right. Well, if that's the case, then I can get some time back and go and film some videos. I did release a video this morning. It is about how to add widgets into OBS. If you are a person who uses Google Hangouts to stream your live broadcasts, you may be aware Google Hangouts is going away. Learning to use something like OBS so that you can do screens like this or just screens. I mean, I can just do a screen. let's see if I wanted to do that. This one here. If I just eliminated Photoshop, I can just do a big screen of me. However I want to do it, I could do this. You can do this. You can add people in. You can do all the things with OBS much better than you can ever consider doing them in your in Hangouts. It's much easier to control. You can do this, and I actually have a full tutorial on how to use OBS from the beginning, from the very beginning, from just the learner all the way up to somebody who is going to be adding people to broadcasts and using multiple cameras and all that stuff. I actually did a training on how to do live broadcasting. So I cut out the entire section about OBS, and I have actually released it on my VIP section for absolutely nothing. So if you don't know anything about how to use OBS, but you are a broadcaster who uses Google Hangouts and you want to learn, all you have to do is go into the VIP section. There is an OBS segment in there that has, I think, 15 different videos that walk you through knowing absolutely nothing, all the way to being an expert at OBS. You guys will love it. And of course, if you have any questions, once you get in the VIP section, I'm easy to get a hold of. So you can always do that as well. Good old Google Hangouts, that's right. Is the OBS tutorial on your page? Greg, the OBS tutorial, when you sign into the VIP section, so if you just go to my main page, michaelfeyrerjr.com, it's listed down there in the banner there. If you just go to that page, up in the menu, you're going to see something that says a VIP sign up. VIP sign up. You just click that. You put your email address and your first name in there. You're going to get a thing to you'll get an email back to confirm your email address. Then boom, you're in the VIP section. All of the thumbnails that you see on the one card that comes up here, all those templates exist there that you can download for free. Lots of video overlays, like the flame overlay that I created and the smoke overlay, lower thirds that'll, do your name or please subscribe, all that stuff. All my subscribe animations are in there, and I'm creating new animations every single day for title sequences and stuff. I'm putting all that stuff up there for free. But also, when you get in the VIP section, you'll see something that says OBS tutorials. You just click on that, and all those OBS tutorials are in there to walk you through from the very first day that you're learning OBS all the way up to adding guests, adding extra cameras, using a green screen. It's all there. Very easy to follow, I hope. That's the plan. So there you go. OBS is better than Google Hangouts. I like to think so. The only problem that I've really struggled with OBS is adding guests, and that's because it's not because OBS sucks. It's because, first of all, I have a bandwidth problem with my computer, which is why sometimes we get dropped frames and stuff. But second of all, Skype is not very reliable. Hangouts I've used to add guests in OBS, not very reliable. Probably your best bet if you're going to be adding guests on a regular basis to your live stream is to use something like, if you're going to use OBS, your best bet to adding guests to your stream is probably something like Zoom. Zoom is a paid product, but it's not very expensive, and you can add as many people as you want. So I could have 8 people, on the screen at the same time talking. I can physically control whose microphone is on, whose microphone is off, what's working, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Jelly Duck, good morning. Marty's crew, hello. Marty, it is awesome to see you, Jelly. Wonderful to see you. For those of you who did not see earlier, if you want best hours in the future, I'm going to do some broadcasts with Monica on Saturday. They will not be published. Never. You'll not be able to see a notification on Twitter. You will not get a notification through. You will definitely not get a notification through YouTube. If you want to see them, go ahead to Patreon. Click the little follow button you see down here in the bottom left. You're following me on Patreon. Once you follow me on Patreon, you will get access to any of these broadcasts that I do. Free. They're totally free. All you have to do is follow me. It's just another notification system. So you don't have to be a Patreon of me. There's no contribution necessary at all. I am just going to distribute the video through Patreon, meaning if you are a follower of me on Patreon, you will get notified that a best hour exists. You can click that link and come in here and hang out with us. They're just not going to be listed on YouTube anymore, and they're not going to be advertised on Twitter. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah, let's see. I have access to Zoom through my university. Yeah, Gregory Simon, Zoom is actually a pretty powerful little program. And if you're just starting out and you don't do a lot of live streams, you can use Zoom on a free trial for a pretty doggone long time. But the problem is that Zoom doesn't actually tell you when the free trial is up. So one day you could be in the middle of a live stream and your guest goes dark, and it is what it is. There's nothing you can do. Oh, what are you getting on Prime Day? Oh, I'm sure Michael T's got lots of stuff lined up. It's probably so big of a selection that he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. Mike Gretzinger, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? It is awesome to see new folks in here. I am watching your science live stream late, but let me know if you have any geology things you would like to collaborate on. Ah, Jelly's science stream. Super. Oh my goodness. Oh no, Michael T says he's probably not getting anything on Prime Day. Wow. I'm just borrowing Tech Examine. There are a lot of great tech deals on Prime today. I'll have to check it out. I don't have the cash to order anything, but just because I can't order doesn't mean I don't like to look at the menu. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Idiot of the day, good morning. Ah, it is awesome to see you. Let's test this again just to see if this works. This is my screen that we're going to be using for the process. Obviously, you could see this is Photoshop. We're going to be teaching people how to create better thumbnails, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time with it. Let's get rid of the free and the rectangle. We're going to show you guys how to make effective thumbnails, how to do your layouts, how to do some of the techniques like this one here. How do you cut somebody out? That's going to be part of the first tutorial that I do. Not only how do you cut somebody out, but how do you add these goofy yellow effects around the edges and stuff. If you don't know how to do that, or you want to learn how to do that, the first episode of the process on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. is going to show you how to do that. I'm going to do thumbnail templating. And the first 4 episodes of the process are all going to be about thumbnails. So we're going to teach you different things that you could do. We're going to tell you what fonts look amazing that are going to stand out for your broadcast. We're going to talk about colors. We're going to talk about layouts. Because one of the things about thumbnails that always used to aggravate me, I'd look at great thumbnails and I'm like, how did they fit all that in there? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to do great thumbnail layouts, how to do the special effects. A lot of people don't know how to do gradients in their thumbnails. We're going to talk about that. Now, this is not going to be one show. I'm going to split this up over 4 different weeks, and it's going to be Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And probably, if I have my druthers, it'll be about 30 minutes long. I don't plan to do much more than 30 minutes. I'm really looking forward to it. Michael, do you use OBS for Mac? I absolutely do, Mike. I absolutely do. So today I am testing the visuals for my new show, The Process. That's what the purpose of this particular broadcast is. Now, Mike, if you're interested in learning how to use OBS for Mac, because I know that you guys can't use OBS, you can't use Streamlabs OBS on a Mac. That doesn't exist. First of all, on my main channel, I released a video today about how to add widgets into OBS. If you're interested, you can check that out. And I do explain why I use OBS. It's because I use a Mac. But if you don't know how to use OBS and you want to learn, there is a VIP section on my website. You can see the URL right there, michaelfeyrerjr.com. All you have to do is go there. In the top right-hand corner, there is a little thing that says VIP sign up. You click on that. Next thing you know, when you're in the VIP area, there is a tab at the top that says OBS tutorials. If you click on that, it's a complete walkthrough of how to set up an OBS from the basic scenes to adding multiple things like all the stuff that you see here. I teach you how to do all of that. We even go into detail about how to bring in guests, how to use a green screen, how to do multiple cameras. Because originally I did a tutorial, I did a series on how to do live broadcasting. I never released the series, so I just cut out the OBS section of that series and put it up on the VIP section for free. So you can get all the information that you need up there. But if you have any questions or you'd like to see me go deeper into further detail on how to do anything for OBS, hey, I'm always looking for video ideas to toss up on my other channel. So you're welcome to just mention that to me. Is telling me that I can't find the server for your webpage. Well, it's not a www, so if you're putting a www there, that could be a problem. I don't know. Let's see. Michael, Feyrer, Jr.com. I don't know. There we go. I don't know why it took me there right away, but there we go. Let's drop that link in there. We're going to drop that link in here just in case. Just in case anybody wants to go check it out. And that's how you get to it. That link right there will take you to michaelfeyrerjr.com, which is a blatant ripoff of another person's website. I'm sorry, Nick Nimmin, but I wasn't feeling very creative and I had to get something up there. So, I love you. I love you, my friend, and believe me, at some point I'm going to get creative and change it up. But right now, it is essentially pretty doggone similar in layout and design to Nick Nimmin. So thank you for the inspiration, my friend. I know, I'm a dickhead. Where can I download OBS? OBS download. Well, let me drop that link in there for you as well. OBS. Download. Boom. Command C. And if you are looking, there you go. Boom. That's the OBS project where you can download OBS for Windows, Mac, or some penguin looking thing. I don't know what that is, but you can get it for that as well. Oh, you are a proverbial font of knowledge. Well, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. I met Nick. I thought I saw a picture with you and Nick Nimmin at Studio Geek. Did you go to VidCon? I so wanted to go. Oh, I can't confirm your VIP subscription. All right, Greg. Let's see here, brother. Let's see. I will confirm it for you. Because and by the way, if you ever have any issues getting into my website or anything like that, please do not hesitate to let me know. I can walk you through it. I can do this. It is one thing I have. Confirmation email link is not taking me anywhere useful. Damn it. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Alright. Well, what I'm going to do right here is I am going to go in here. Confirmed. Unconfirmed. It's unconfirmed. Gregory, I do see your thing. I am going to... how do I change that? Let's see. Can I do this? I'm going to see if I can... I don't know why it's doing that. Tags unconfirmed. And boom. Alright, Greg, you are now confirmed. So all you have to do is go and click the thing to go to the login screen and you can register. Let me make sure I save those changes. So there you go, Greg. Sorry about that, my friend. I don't know why. I noticed that something went awry sometimes with the email. But Greg, just verify now that you're able to get to the register screen. When you click the thing, you should be able to register and log in and you should be good to go. You should be good to go. We can do it offline. You're good to go now. All you have to do is go ahead and register. So in the email that you got, wait, did you get it? That's the question. If not, I'll send it to you. You'll be good. You'll be all good. All right, let's see. You're doing awesome stuff, Studio Geek. You really are. Yeah, you went to VidCon. That's awesome. Hey, Abs That Rule, good morning. How are you doing? I don't know why the confirmation link is not working, though. That's a little bit concerning. That's a little bit concerning. Yeah, Brian's World. I tested it a bunch of times. I had my other group test it, the Michaels and the Jays and the Joes, and we didn't seem to run into any problems. Monica tested it, but every once in a while, you know, you just get stuff that happens. You get stuff. So it's got to be a one-off thing. It is what it is. So I wonder if doing all that stuff, did that cause me to slow down in any way, or did it cause my voice to go out of sync? Hey, Only Claire Jones, good morning. I'm in school runs waiting for the boys. Well, that's awesome. It is awesome to see you, Only Claire. So if you want to see best hours going forward, and there's probably going to be about 2 a month, they'll usually be on Saturdays with Monica. All you have to do is go over to my Patreon page, and the link is in the description down below, and you see this little follow down here in the bottom left hand corner. It says share and follow. There's a little green follow. If you click the follow there, you do not need to sign up, you do not need to pay anything. All you have to do is click follow. It's like clicking follow on Facebook or on Twitter or anything like that. It's totally free. But what it means is that you will be notified when I decide to do some more best hour broadcasts, because that's the only way we're going to broadcast it. You're going to have to go to my Patreon to get the link to come and watch us. It's going to be fun. It'll be fun. You guys will love it. You guys will love it because it'll be a much more intimate show. The poor people who come in here every day and spend an hour or a half hour or whatever to watch this broadcast and then leave a thumbs down will finally be free of the burden of having to watch a show that they don't care about. So we're saving those folks a full hour. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Just to make sure you create a login for Patreon, which is also free. I think that's one of the things. Nick has a website. Yes, it's nickniman.com, Studio Geek. When you go there, you're going to notice that it's very, very similar to my website. I'm not going to say who copied off of who, but let's just say that I copied off of Nick. And I wouldn't say copied. Let's say it's very derivative because I wasn't feeling very creative and I had to get a website done. So there you go. How come and why? And that's why. How come Only Claire? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is because I'm not going to be using the best hour as a promotional vehicle or a tool or anything like that anymore. I want to be able to communicate with a small audience of awesome folks who really enjoy the best hour of my day. The best way to do it is to guarantee that I have control over who comes and hangs out in the best hour of my day. And also, mostly it's because people get notifications 100% of the time from Patreon. People do not get notifications 100% of the time from YouTube. So it's kind of like a test. It's kind of like one of those things where it's totally free. We can move the best hour off of YouTube and have a little bit of fun on another platform. See, I don't understand. Moab YouTube is calling me, and my phone is on Do Not Disturb, which makes that even more interesting, doesn't it? Anyway, so it's just kind of one of those things. I want to do 2 best hours a month, maybe. We're going to get Monica involved, and we're just going to move the notifications to Patreon. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wouldn't want anyone to accuse me of using the best hour as a promotional platform. I know there are lots of people who disappeared after that video thing. Who's Nick? Oh, Jelly, you're funny. I know a lot of people disappeared after the thing that I did that they didn't like, and then accused me of using promotional tactics and that sort of stuff on my broadcast, because I wasn't growing and all. I wouldn't want anyone to think that the best hour was ever about growth, because it wasn't. It was always about meeting you guys. Niagara Falls, Ontario, September, still a go. I will not be there, Mike. I will not be in Niagara Falls in September. It does not look like it anyways. There has been discussion. About putting something together here between Harrisburg and Philadelphia for some folks in September at some point. I'm hopeful that it does not end up over the same weekend as Niagara, but I don't know. It's going to depend. Backpacking with Jason is coming up, and a few other people have decided that they wanted to come visit here. So it only makes sense to put something together. And if that's the case, then we're just mostly trying to figure out when most people can actually make it. So that's kind of what's on the thing. My wife has still not ruled out going to Niagara, so we'll see what happens. It's not out of the realm of possibility that we could change our mind at some point. But right now, it's not necessarily economically feasible for us to go. So that has a lot to do with it. But don't Patreon send emails so you still have to look if you don't have the notifications on for email, sweetheart. That's quite possible, only Claire Jones. That is quite possible. Tactical Nerd, hello! Tactical Nerd, if you want to catch best hours in the future, here's what you're going to need to do, my friend. You're going to need to go ahead to Patreon, and you're going to click that little follow green button down at the bottom on my Patreon page. That means you'll be notified for any best hours that come up. We're probably going to do 2 a month. They'll be on Saturdays. And I don't want to miss you, my friend, so make sure you go check it out. I hope you're doing awesome. PM me. Mike, I will definitely PM you. We could talk more about it further for sure. Because I don't want anyone to think that it has anything to do with all the other stuff that went on. It really doesn't. It's more of a financial thing. And it's also about where I'd really like to go to Vid Summit this year. And at some point, I'm going to have to start to consider where the financial value is coming from. Because unfortunately, going to California for Vid Summit is expensive. But it's also got a whole heck of a lot of value there because of all the folks that I'm going to be able to meet and see and talk to and all that stuff. So, yeah. So that's kind of that's more on my radar right now than going to Canada. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Yes, Gregory Simon, as that right there is the mentality that I used when I imitated Mr. Nick Niman's website. And Nick, I'm still so sorry. It will get changed soon enough, as soon as I have the time to be creative about it. But for now, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh my gosh, when is Vid Summit? Vid Summit is usually the end of September, beginning of October, I believe. End of September, beginning of October is when Vid Summit usually runs. I think last year we made our trip to Kentucky, Nashville, and all the other places where we met up with a bunch of YouTubers over the same period of time. So I believe it's then. I'd love to go to Vid Summit as well. Pauline, you and me, roomie. You and me, roomie. Because there's a lot of people. Sean Cannell's going to be there. Nick Niman's going to be there. Cody Warner's going to be there. Daryl Eves is obviously going to be there. You're going to have all the guys that I enjoy watching on a regular basis are going to be there. So I'm going to Vid Summer. So it is in October. It's in early October. Modern Day Tech, hello, by the way, my friend. How are you doing? Modern Day Tech, you are another person that frequents the Best Hour. If you want to see Best Hours going forward, they will probably be on Saturday mornings, same time slot, 10 to 11. If you want to be notified, because they will all be unlisted going forward after today, go ahead to my Patreon and click the little follow green button down there, and that will hook it up. That will make sure you are notified for the best hour of my day. Because for Monica and I, it's just going to be about very small community and having some fun, and we would definitely love to have you there. But it's not going to be a published video anymore. It's going to be unlisted. It's not going to be advertised on Twitter or anything like that. It's changing it up a little bit, and it's probably only going to be about twice a month. So if you miss it, Are you really missing anything other than me being a goofy dumbass? Probably not. Today's broadcast was just to let folks know how they're going to be able to see the best hour going forward, but also to test to make sure that the graphics over here. See, I tested over here. I tested last week, and the graphics were really slowing down or aggravating the sync of my voice to the stream. So I had to resize all the graphics to make sure that the audio is crystal clear and perfect. Hopefully it is. And then, of course, I wanted to test this screen here where we can see my Photoshop, because I'm going to be going live on Wednesday night for my new show, The Process, which is going to talk about how to create thumbnails for the first 4 weeks. We're going to talk about all kinds of different techniques. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. You got it, Mike. Which one do you prefer to visit? Is it VidSummit or VidCon? Personally, Jelly Duck, VidSummit is the one that I want to visit, and I'll tell you why. VidCon is awesome. It really is. But VidSummit is more focused on the business of YouTube, which is an aspect of YouTube that I have not mastered yet. So going there is more beneficial to people who take YouTube seriously, I believe, than VidCon. VidCon is a great social meetup location, and they have the same kind. They do the same kind of things, but most of the people that go to VidSummit are business-oriented YouTubers who are looking to make a living doing YouTube. And that's why I believe it's probably the one that I want to spend my money to go to. I miss the dumb dad jokes. Oh, and the dad joke song. I don't know that I have the dad joke song still listed in here, which is kind of a bummer. I can't even play it. I could, maybe I could add it here. Let's see. Media source. I might be able to add it here. Maybe we could do one more dad joke just for old time's sake, because that would be fun. Maybe we could do one more just for old time's sake, if I can find it. Let's see here. OBS show now, best hour live. Oh my goodness, it gets warm in here really fast. I do not have air conditioning in this room, so when it gets warm, it gets warm. It is what it is. Original. There it is. There it is. You guys ready? You want to do this? You want to do this? I'm ready. Let's do this.
Speaking of nothing in particular, I wouldn't buy anything with Velcro. It's a total ripoff. I thought maybe this song will tickle your funny bone. I know I've been finding it humorous. Ain't no bad joke like a dad joke, 'cause the dad joke is a rad joke, never just a passing fat joke. Ain't no bad joke like a dad joke, lazy wordplay, just a tad joke. There ain't no bad joke like a dad joke. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food. No atmosphere? What did the grape do when someone stepped on it? It let out a little wine. Ain't no bad joke like a dad joke, 'cause a dad joke is a rad joke. Groaning 'cause you're feeling sad joke. Throwing things 'cause you got mad joke. When it's over, you'll be glad joke. Ain't no bad joke like a dad joke. Like a dad joke, 'cause a dad joke is a rad joke. Groaning 'cause you're feeling sad joke. Throwing things 'cause you got mad joke. When it's over, you'll be glad joke. There ain't no bad joke like a dad joke.
There you go. Now we've got some dad song going on. You know what the biggest problem with the dad joke song thing is? I don't even know where the dad joke book is. So it's going to make it very difficult for me to read a joke from the dad joke book because I don't know where it is. All we need now is Jay's love. It's a Google Assistant joke. That's what difference Silicon Valley. Oh, it has computer chips. NASA has space chips. Canada. Oh, ketchup chips. That's nasty. I use Jay's Lutz all day. We need a VidCon idea here in Niagara Falls. Ooh, man. Yeah, I miss the dumb dad jokes. I gotta find the dad joke book now, damn it. Where did it go? It's gotta be here somewhere. Elias Hill should have his last moment in the sun, I think. But maybe I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what I did with it. How do you, I suck. I didn't have any of this planned out. I just went live. I'm like, hell, let's just do this. So I don't know where the hell it is. Oh well. Elias Hill reunion. How did I lose the book? That's the question. How did I lose the book? It's not up here. No, it's definitely not up there. I don't know. Oh well. Yeah. Wow, that's weird because that book should be here. Ooh, you know what? There's one more place I could check. Hold on. Nope. Woo! Missing. It's just missing. It's just missing. And you know what? Here's the thing, guys. I guarantee the book is somewhere in this room. I just don't know where. Maybe you burned the book. That's what most people would like. Oh, man. I dreamed about drowning in an ocean made out of orange soda last night. It took me a while to work out. It was just a fantasy. As a father's gift, they threw it out. Yeah, I don't know. Michael T. got his dad jokes. He did. Michael T. One of the greatest moments of Best Hour history was, in my opinion, the Purple Gorilla Best Hour joke. And the worst part about the Purple Gorilla Best Hour joke is that the worst part about the Purple Gorilla Best Hour joke is that it was on a Best Hour where our video was so bad that everybody was moving like this, so you could really only hear it, and you couldn't get the full expression of Michael T. Panetta telling the joke, which was probably one of the funniest things I have ever seen in my whole entire life. But that was one of my favorite Best Hour moments. One of my favorites. I think my second favorite Best Hour moment. My second favorite Best Hour moment might be the first ever broadcast that Michael T. Panetta and Mr. Jay Littman and I did together. We were on the green at the Hershey Golf Course, and for whatever reason, that particular broadcast was so much fun. We just had a blast. We really did. And that ended up being one of my favorite filming days as well, because Michael T. Panetta and myself and Jay Littman went to Hershey Park and just had a great day. So that one was an awesome YouTube day. I also did a really, really cool live broadcasting series when we went to Kentucky. And got backpacking with Jason and KY Night Stalker and Hoosier Back OD and all those guys on the show. And that was an absolute blast. And of course, the one in Baltimore was amazing. The first Niagara meetup was absolutely amazing. We had so many people on screen that day. So there's been some really fun Best Hours. And all of those are even pre me doing the Best Hour out live broadcasting wherever, which I'll never date another apostrophe. The last one was too possessive. Oh man. I think one of my favorite ones that was just me out and about. I did a best hour at Hawk Falls Trail, and I did it right near this waterfall. And I literally had to yell for the entire hour that I did the broadcast because I couldn't hear myself think because of the waterfall. And I don't know, I went back and rewatched it, and I probably could have just talked normal because the microphone was good enough and it wasn't picking up all the external noise from the waterfall, but I didn't know that. So I basically had to yell over the waterfall for the entire broadcast. Man, my voice was hurting so bad after that. Did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of Coke? He was lucky it was a soft drink. Oh my goodness. Not your average Jojo. Hello. It is awesome to see you. Man, this is pretty cool. I can't believe it's already 10:47. It is almost time for me to close up the final broadcast of the best hour of my day that's going to be public. Was that near train tracks? Oh man, that reminds me, Mike. That reminds me, there was a best hour that I did with Needs More Subs and Alejandro Perez at Monocacy Park. And this train decided to come through, and it was just like this. It was literally crawling. And Needs More Subs said some of the most hilarious things. He said something like... he said something like, even the trains are in 120 frames per second or something. That was a really fun broadcast. But I think to answer your question, Mike Gretzinger, the one we do in Hershey that's on the golf course is right next to the train tracks in Hershey. And they're constantly coming by and delivering, milk and whatever else to Hershey. So, yeah, that one ends up being very close to the trifecta. I think the one... I miss Needy, too, man. Needy's a cool dude. But I think the one broadcast that I remember most was actually at Monocacy Park as well. I was on the bank of the Monocacy Creek, and right across the creek in the back of me was a guy working, and was some sort of contractor, and they were working on this house. And they would just be constantly drilling and hammering and sawing, and it sounded like, to me, that was all anyone could possibly hear. And I just got so frustrated, I think I yelled over to the guy a couple of times. I remember being so unhappy with that one. Oh, man. But, it happens. Jelly, I don't know where Needs More Subs is. But don't worry. He'll pop in from time to time. He actually is a Patreon of mine, so he'll definitely get notified when the videos go up on Patreon. I suspect we'll see him back here in the best hour at some point. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. 10:50 already. Do any of you have a favorite best hour moment? That one moment that you watched the show that you said, you know what, this is funny. Or this is cool. I like this. Because I'm not sure let's be honest, the best hour's never been cool. I mean, come on, man. There is not a cool bone in my body. That ship has sailed a long time ago. So the best hour of my day has never been about cool. I don't know. It stuck for 2 months ago. The joke fizzled out fast. But I've had some absolutely amazing broadcasts. Very, very early on, the show wasn't called the best hour of my day. I actually did it as an add-on to the Travel Adventures series. That's how the show started. So I would basically I'd be hiking or camping somewhere, and I would do a hike that day, and I had a $50 Amazon gift card in it for anyone who would come to hike with me. So the best hour of my day originally started as me finding a way to tell people where I was going to be hiking in the hopes that they would actually come out and meet me. And I spent some time in, I believe it was South Carolina at Myrtle Beach. I was camping there, and I would do the live broadcast in the morning from these little pagodas that were right on the beach. And it was so funny because more than a couple of people came by those pagodas and just started talking to me while I was on a live broadcast. And, you know, some of them would get it and figure it out, and others wouldn't, and they would just stand there and chat with me like it was no big deal. So those were some funny events. I did some live broadcasts while on the Travel Adventure series where we saw birds and all kinds of crazy stuff. I remember one we did at Gettysburg. I believe we saw just a massive bird up in a tree. I don't remember if it was a vulture. I think it was a turkey vulture. That was pretty cool. So I missed the Twitter photos. Those were classic. Brian's World and Mechanic, I think once we take the show over to Patreon, I'm going to reintroduce the Twitter pic again, because it is a part of the show that I really do enjoy, and trust me, Monica loves that part of the show. I just didn't set it up here. I just didn't set up the Twitter stuff here, but when I relaunch and start doing 2 a month or so on Patreon, I want to add the Twitter thing in again, because it's part of the show. It's part of something that you guys enjoy. So I definitely want that to be there. And I also still want to have a vehicle for when I do go and visit other YouTubers, that they can get on the best hour of my day and have an intimate discussion with the audience that still loves to watch the show. So that's something I would really like to do. And I would really like it if my elbows weren't so itchy. You guys get dry skin this kind of time of year? Look at see how like this is all like normal, and then this is like all purple and dry. Yes, this is the kind of insight that you get on the best hour of my day. Oh my gosh! So you guys, if you follow me on Patreon, you saw the reunion video, or maybe you did, maybe you didn't. It's a family thing, so if you didn't see it, you're really not missing anything. But there were a bunch of girls at the reunion, and by girls I mean little ladies, probably 10 to 12, 13 years old, at the reunion. We've actually seen a couple of them pop in here on the chat from time to time, like Ella or Ellie and those guys. But they were so excited to meet me. And let's see. I want to see if I can find the thing first. Yeah, they were so excited. They were so excited to meet me. And I thought, oh, this is cool, you know, kind of like fans. You know why they were excited to meet me? Because Gabby and Nikki, they wanted to know if I knew Gabby and Nikki. Because apparently, and this is a true story, apparently Gabby and Nikki live like 15 minutes from me. You can see they have 8 million subscribers. I don't know why they thought I would know Gabby and Nikki. They do live 10 minutes from me, admittedly. But, yeah. So I think they were a little bit disappointed that I didn't know Gabby and Nikki. And then they're like, well, you should just go knock on the door. Their address is, and they told me the address, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah. How do you know somebody's... How do they know this person's address? So I'm thinking, maybe Gabby and Nikki need better security on their actual location, because these girls were like, 8 to 12 years old, and they knew exactly where they lived. Exactly. And I'm thinking, for two women who are probably in their early 20s, that maybe not something you want to advertise, but that's just me. So that was pretty funny. Better go, anyone. Oh, well, Jelly, we love you, my friend. I hope to see you over on Patreon, brother. And by the way, Jelly Duck is a Patreon of mine. Thank you so much. So that's how I know we'll definitely see him on the best hours going forward. Thanks, your wife must be proud. Oh, yes, my wife didn't. She missed this conversation. She just looked over and saw me surrounded by these 12 to, little 8 to 10, 12-year-old girls. And she's like, oh boy, here we go. But it was pretty funny. I had a lot of fun. it's nice when people just watch you and recognize that, hey, you know, you're having fun, you're having a good time. That's kind of what YouTube is all about. Actually, that's interesting. I want to mention that. Mike Gretzinger, as far as Ontario goes, I know there are a lot of people from Canada. Stacey Morgan is a guy who's from Canada. Man. Well, you probably know Susan's Creative is from Canada. Pusha Studios is from Canada. Needs More Subs is right across the border in Buffalo. Justin Mello is from Canada. So there are a lot of people that are up in your area that I know. And there's probably 10 more that I totally missed. So there are lots and lots and lots of folks up in that area. I'm from Ontario. There you go. I didn't know Idiot of the Day and Not Your Average JoJo were from Canada. Hey, Stacey Morgan's in the house. You did hear your name, Stacey. Hello, my friend. How are you? It is almost that time. I recognized once, but the cop wasn't friendly. Oh, Mike, that's funny. All right. Well, I solved my tech issues. I got to spend an hour with you guys. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure I expected to actually be on here for a full hour. It's been an absolute blessing and a pleasure to be able to hang out and, I don't know, just hang out with you guys. I really appreciate it. If you guys know that there are people who are missing from the best hour, and you want to make sure that they get the memo and they make the transition over so that they get notified on Patreon, don't hesitate to let them know. Like I said, it is totally free. This is not a money-making scheme. All you have to do is follow me on Patreon, and you will be notified when best hours come out. They are free to watch. You're just going to be able to click that link. So it's not a money-making scheme. It is simply just moving it off the platform to get more of an intimate environment where we can have some fun and talk about stuff and don't have to worry about people wasting their time watching it who are just doing it for drama purposes. Those folks will probably not bother to follow me on Patreon and watch the show so that they can thumbs down it. I'm hoping that they actually have better things to do. But as we've seen in the past, some people just don't have anything better to do. But the beauty of it is I can go in there and select who gets the notifications. So that makes it a lot easier. I don't have to worry about it. And here he is. The Big Dipper. Hey. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Oh, let's not. We don't need to be clean. It is fun, Michael. I have always liked this best hour is all you. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Good to see you, Michael. Tell Monica I said hello. I will join Patreon and look for you. Have an amazing day. Thank you, Not Your Average JoJo. Please tell Jeff I said hello as well. We love you guys. It is that time. It is 11 o'clock. I don't want to step on Happy Trails Hiking's toes. I know she goes live now. Or I believe she does still. I don't know. But I want everyone to do me a big favor, man. You only get one July 15th, 2019. Please don't spend it worrying about what other people think about what you do. Please do not waste a single cycle of mind or memory or hey, let's not do that, Jackbag. Come on. Hey, no, we're not doing that. All right. Please do not waste a single moment of your mental or emotional energy worrying about what other people think about what you do, or worrying about the gossip tree or anything like that. Trust me, it is not productive. It doesn't do any good for you. If you are a person who believes that what other people think is what defines you, you're wrong. You're just wrong. And don't waste any of your time, mental energy, or emotional baggage or emotional energy worrying about what other people think. Be you, and people will love you for that person, because it doesn't make any sense to pretend to be somebody else. It just doesn't. So I want you guys to do me a favor. I worked 17 years for the same company at the same job in the same seat, and I don't remember a damn day of it. Not one single day. Not one single day that we ever do anything that is even remotely memorable. As a YouTuber, I get to do things that are memorable every single day. I get to talk to new people. I get to film new things. I get to expand my creativity and do stuff I never got to do before. And it makes every day memorable. And I hope, my hope for you, my hope for the best hour was always to encourage people to go out and make every day count. Add memories to the memory bank. Don't do the same thing every day. Go out of your way to be nice to somebody else. Go out of your way to do something that makes today memorable, because that is what really matters. I love you guys so much. I want to thank everyone for the love and support that they've given me over the years. It means more than you could ever know. More than you could ever know. I hope to see each and every single one of you over on Patreon. I love you guys. Do me a big favor. Go out there, find your adventure. Have a great day. Have a great day. Make sure you follow me on Patreon to get the further best hours. And I will see you guys really soon. I love you. Well, much better, guys. What the? I don't know what's going on here. Uh-oh.